Welcome back to another week around IMSA, and as you can see, this is me coming out of the pit lane in race one. I truly messed up on this one. I qualified in third place and exited and pit laned right at the start of the race, so I had to start from the pit lane. This is the field running away. I think there was about halfway around the lap before I even got out of the pits. So, first race of this week already going not to plan. And then later on in the race, it started to rain. I avoided a big massive smash here. I was catching the pack really fast because everyone else decided to go onto the wets. It was still dry enough, but I managed to stay that extra lap too much and it just didn't go to plan. So race one was already a net 20th, losing about 60 iRating, so not going to plan this time. So then we're going to move on to the next race, and to be honest, for the most of the week, I was gaining iRating left, right, and centre. I mean, race one I messed up on, so I qualified third on here. Second place is already binned it. So then my full focus was on David. I've raced against him many times and we're on similar pace, give or take a tenth or two. I knew that I had to be on it lap after lap after lap to be able to keep on his rear. As I say, we've raced each other many times and this was an absolutely sweaty race. I had third place breathing down the back of me. The whole goal is to keep up with David, break away from the rest of the pack. We knew that there was no cars in front of us holding us up, so we had a slight gap to David and we knew we could break away. That was the plan. And as you can see, the rest of the field beautifully smashing into one another. That's ideal for us, as first, second and third now are broke away. I'm still on lap one and behind David. He's probably a good 9 tenths ahead of us. Enough just to give us a bit of a slight draft. Enough so it pulled us along. I was doing a bit of fuel saving as well. Going easy through there on cold tyres. We had third place still on the back of us. We're all running at 3.6k iRating. There's a beautiful shot here. Like I say, Road America, I love this track. We're driving it in the GT3 this week because we was preparing for the 6 hours of Road America, which, as you can see, if you checked out my live at the time, it didn't quite go to plan. Third place, all over the back of us, but the guy was racing and driving smart because he knew if we was fighting, it's going to give fourth and fifth a chance to pull us back into the field, and that's not ideal. What we want to do is work together to catch up to first place. David already, we're keeping the gap to first place. Third place all over us, braking nicely in here, hitting the apex, using as much of the track as we can. Gravel all over the track, probably from the GTPs or from earlier from the GT3s smashing one another. Ferrari's always been one of my favourite GT3 classes, and I think this week everybody was driving in the Ferrari. It was one of them weeks where one car stood out. I've never been the best around this corner because I've not got an ideal braking point and acceleration point, so it's always give or take. Sometimes you do it good, sometimes you don't. On lap 2 you can take that corner flat out, and all we're doing at the minute is pulling third place along with us. I was fuel saving like crazy on this race because I knew that with me and David on similar pace, the only way I was going to catch him up was over trying to jump him in the pit stops. Now on to lap 3. Third place still all over us, but we are slowly now pulling away from fourth place, and this is ideal. I like driving the multi-class because I find that it's a bit more excitement. It's not just focusing on the car ahead of you. You know, the traffic sort of gives everybody a chance of catching the other drivers up. You know, when at the start, if um, you don't get the best start and you're stuck behind a few cars, you know, if you get past them, 3 laps later, there's a chance that you could make up more positions just by traffic or getting took out by GTPs. Not ideal. And there we have it. I was missing the apex quite bad on there. Giving third place, a good run on me there, but not much of a straight for him to have some momentum to break into, as you can take this corner flat out. As we try and listen to a bit of that noise, it's absolutely beautiful car. I've always loved the Ferrari GTP as well. As you can tell, I'm a massive Formula 1 fan and my favourite team is Ferrari.
Yeah.
As you can tell by the livery, rocking the 2026 F1 teams. So all I do here is I lift on the form braking board there and then brake on the third. Obviously the guy behind having a harder braking time, but we've managed to get a good exit there using as much of the track as we were permitted without getting an off track. There we go, out of the last corner, get a good drive, making sure we use as much as the left hand track as we can possibly use to get a good exit. The guy in third place is obviously still using my draft. We're just about in David's draft. Being able to fuel save, I'm probably coming off the throttle well before the fourth cone. Hit the apex perfectly, use as much as the track on the left hand side. This is where, when you're in the oil splits, it makes a big difference of not being consistent. So we skip ahead now. David is pitting. I've managed to get an extra lap on him, and as you can see, an LMP2 was impeding him on the way in, so hopefully that gives us a few seconds to be able to build a gap. This lap is very, very important now. We're 8 tenths behind him. We've managed to gain an extra lap. We've got to be able to not do any fuel saving on this lap. We have to brake on every
Thank you
possible exit.
for waiting.
Because this is an important lap now. We need to make sure we jump David, because if we don't manage to jump David in this, I don't think we've got a chance of winning, because like I said, there's a couple of temps between me and him, and when there's a couple of temps like that, it's all about being consistent for the first guy to make a mistake. So I'm hoping that LMP2 is impeded him. At the moment, we're on par with our best lap time. With the fuel levels down low, we're going to be pitting, and I don't think we're going to be having any change of tyres. As we just take a moment there to appreciate the sound of that Ferrari as it's roaring down the back straight. We hit our braking points, hit the apex, get on the throttle quick, use as much as that as we can. You start getting on the grass, you'll get a track cut, and obviously I want to get my safety rating up as well. Now the pit exit here, if you overdo it or lock your brakes at all, you're going to get a speeding fine. Speeding fine as you come in the pit. So we hit the brakes, get the car down to the pit limiter. Now it's about hitting the box as well. If we overshoot the box or undershoot it, then that's costing us a second right there. We hit our braking point. Now we're on board with David, and we're going to get out ahead of David as he's roaring down the pit straight. And as you can see there in the far distance, I've managed to get the jump on him. Now he's got a lot more speed coming up the straight, so a bit more momentum. He's literally roughly about the same distance as what we were when we was behind him in the pits.
Fucking knobhead. Not even racing anyone. It's racing a ghost.
And as you can see, I wasn't very pleased with that dive bomb there, because I know he's entitled to it, and full respect for that, driving the GTP myself, but I know that you cannot outbrake a GT3 in a corner. So he impeded me there, bringing David back into the grasps. I don't know why we got a back marker right behind David, but again, they're entitled to it. Third place is miles behind us, so this
You are
now
fucking an idiot, dude. What the fuck, man? God.
is between me and David. So he's literally half a second or so behind us, and this is the closest. I know that David's slightly faster around here than me. So he's been able to drift off us, but get a good exit on here, which all race I've been getting good exits. Use as much as that momentum on the left, which I'm doing, and as you can see, it looks to me I've got just a better slight better, grip traction out of that corner. But here we go, here's the slipstream coming back into us, and for some reason we've lost a bit of audio on this one. Don't know why. Yeah, this is basically, I'm gonna have to try and commentate as much as I can around this, because we lost a bit of audio. I don't know why this has happened, but let's just pretend we can hear the sound of that roaring Ferrari. But as you can see, we've managed to pull the gap to David over the course of a couple of laps. We're well over about 2 seconds ahead of him now, and we're managing to keep him behind. For some reason now, because I haven't been fuel saving, the race has swung in my way and not into David's, because I've managed to be able to just get that extra couple of attempts on him now, because I'm not fuel saving. Whereas I did actually think David had that edge on me, but at this particular part of the race, I'm slightly faster now. Is that because I've been fuel saving and managed to look after the tyres, and the tyres are in a lot more better shape? I don't know. Or is it just because at this very moment I'm sweating like anything and being able to be Mr. Consistent? So as you can see now, a couple of LMP2s getting in the way of David. This also doesn't makes more of a gap between me and David. As you can see, it's not helped him in any way. They haven't seemed to impeded me as much. They're still behind me, and when they're behind you on the main straight, that's like a good thumbs up. So as you can see, we managed to get the win. With consistent lap times, we managed it. First, another win. Here we got a safety rating. We jumped up 84 iRating, bringing us up to 3.6k iRating. Only 400 away. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, please. It helps me out. I appreciate all the support as well. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Cheers.